Today I want to talk stickers. One of the things that I knew that I wanted to start my shop with, barks.cafe, that's where you can find it online, is stickers. I love stickers. I have my car covered in stickers, my laptop, my tablet, my notebooks, everything's covered with stickers. A lot of them are stickers that I've printed myself. I have stickers on my water bottle. This one here is a bit faded, but to me, it's impressive that this has been on here for probably 4 years now, and it's gone through the dishwasher a bunch of times. And while I see it has started to peel just a little bit, I will be able to replace it whenever I want. I buy a lot of stickers. I've probably gifted more stickers to people than I even own myself, and I have a huge box of stickers by my desk that I use for all sorts of things. I also just love collecting furry stickers. I love collecting people's personas. I love finding cute things from shops that I enjoy. Supporting artists. I love stickers. I want to go through how I make stickers. I want to show you some of the tips and tricks that I've learned, and I want to show you all the things that you need to get started. When I say to get started, to be clear, I mean get started doing it the way that I do it, but you can get started on a much lower budget than this. There's a lot of things you can do to save money. You don't need the best equipment. You don't need the most expensive things. You don't need a lot to get started. Obviously, one of the first things you're going to need is sticker paper. I have packs of sticker paper. I buy them by 100 sheets. I just find ones that make sure they say that they work for inkjet. I have not used this one yet, but I have a clear sticker paper that I'm excited to find some project that I want to use with a lot of... I don't just want to have the edges be clear instead of white. I want to find something that really uses the transparency as part of the design. You can also get sticker paper that is holographic. So the paper like this, it's, you see it has sparkles on it. You can print it directly onto this with an inkjet or laser printer and get some shiny, sparkly stickers. If you do not have the sparkly paper, but you still want to have sparkly stickers, this is where laminate comes in. So I have this sparkly laminate. Let me let the light catch it. You put on the front of your stickers after you print them, and then you push it down and cut after that. You can also just go the clear route. So this is just a piece of transparent sticker paper that I put over the stickers. But what I do for most of my stickers is I use a hot press and I laminate them. And you see the back of it is, a bit matte feeling. That's what goes towards the paper. And then the front is glossy. That's the part that's going to be shiny at the end. Since I use a Cricut, we have a few different things that we need for our Cricut machine. First, we need a cutting mat. So Cricut brand ones can be over $10 each, or you can be like me and spend $10 for 5 sheets, and they work just as well. It sticks the piece of paper to it, and then it can go through and hold it down in place when it goes through the Cricut to cut. When you put your piece of paper on there, you're going to need something to squeegee it with. This here is just felt on one side, you have plastic on the other. Just use it to get bubbles out and ensure your piece of paper is stuck fully to the plate. Often, depending on the paper and the laminate, I have to use tape to cover up the guidelines on the stickers. So I just have some translucent tape, just so it will make the guidelines that the Cricut uses to read, to calibrate the cuts, a little more clear. I find the problem that I have the majority of the time is that Cricut cut. It'll come out of the printer fine, go through the laminator fine, and then get to the final step of actually cutting, and that's where we have issues. I think that is all of the equipment, besides, of course, the printer and the Cricut machine itself. So we're going to move on over to the workbench, and I'm going to show you those two devices and tell you the things that you might need to know about them. So I first want to start with the laminator. I use a cheap laminator that I got from Amazon. That cost me maybe $15. I used a more expensive one before, but it actually jammed paper a lot more than this one. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it does its job. Up next is the Epson EcoTank printer. I use an ET3850. I love the fact that it uses these liquid refillables instead of cartridges, so it saves a lot of money. It's about $20 for a full reset, and that covers me for a year. And you can see I got mine certified refurbished, so it came basically new in the box, but I spent about $120 on this. I think I got a good deal on it, and it's been working for me fine overall. I also have this black and white LaserJet printer, but I don't use that for sticker making. And of course, the main thing I use is the Cricut machine. I got this for $200 from a marketplace, as opposed to the $300 to $400 new. I also bought various tools for it. And I spent $5 on this little plastic adapter that, frankly, I think should come with it. That makes it a lot easier to hold the paper in place, because it would otherwise fall right off just with the weight of the stickers in the mat. And as you can see, I have enough room behind it so that I don't need to move the machine around for it to have enough room to cut the stickers. And that's about it for the hardware. So at this point, I have the art that I'm using for my stickers, and I'm ready to go. I have this sticker template that I made. Basically, it's just a big gray square that's the size of the cutting area of the machine. And what I'm doing is I'm going in, uploading new images. Unfortunately, I have to do this one image at a time, and you have to walk through all of these steps to take the image and set it as a sticker and choose how it's going to print and cut and all that. Then you lay them out, and you can see that it's a bit big on the page, which is good because I would rather have it be bigger and shrink it down than have something that I need to enlarge and lose some quality on. So I'm just going to go through here quickly and get all of the other stickers laid out on the page. What I do is I just go through, upload all of them, and then I start laying them out. I have this really annoying hatred, well, I guess not annoying, the hatred that I have for the AI system that Cricut has put in. You can't use other software, you can't get rid of this, you can't just turn it off. So whenever I upload something, you see on the left of the screen, it's like, hey, here's other things that you might like, and it's all just AI slop imagery that I can't make, go away. Right when I upload something, it just pops up. So let me get out of there now so I can start adjusting these stickers. The first thing I do is I set an offset for each sticker. So the offset is the little border around the sticker so that when it cuts, you have a little bit of extra space so your sticker won't get cut off, and so that it just looks a little bit nicer when you stick it on things. So I go and set an offset for each sticker, and I ensure that that offset is set to white. By default, it sets it to, a gray color. Don't know when I'm going to want to use that, but I set it to white, and then I have to go in and attach the two together. I should use the proper words. I have to flatten them together. So that's when I take that offset layer and the image layer, and I select both of them, right-click, and select flatten so that the two of them cut as one. Because I have made the mistake where I've forgotten to flatten before. It looks fine, but then it comes and cuts out both the offset and the sticker image separately, which both takes more time and wastes stickers. With this one, I noticed that the background wasn't that great for it, so I've cleaned up the background. I've just removed the little white border that was around it and uploaded a new copy. And now that I have that on the page, I'm going to go and try to lay out all of these stickers on the that gray box so that they can all fit well. So with this final offset in place, I will then be able to just take these stickers, size them to how I want. I normally go for about 2 to 3 inches on the longest side, usually closer to 3 inches. That's just a popular common sticker size that people I have found use for a lot of things and are more versatile. I will also make smaller stickers, both because I find a lot of use in smaller stickers, and it's a good way to fill extra space on the page. And I will just duplicate a lot of these stickers onto the page. And I will just take the stickers, lay them out, and then duplicate them on the page. And I will find a way to fit a lot of them on the page without having them overlap so that I can, get the most use out of a single printing page. So I'm just going to go through and do that. I'm probably going to speed it up here because that can be, kind of boring figuring the layout. And then we'll go from there. Okay, now that I have my stickers laid out, I hide that gray layer. I select all of the stickers and I click attach. That way they will print out just exactly how I want them laid out on the page. So you can see them laid out here. I click continue, and now I need to print them. I'm sending them to my Epson printer. I do not turn on the bleed. That would be where it prints a little extra on the edges to ensure that it looks good when it cuts, because I have those offsets. And I also print with the system dialog so that I can set a higher quality for the prints. I don't know why Cricut doesn't allow you to do that, but whatever. So now I have to load up paper. The sticker paper I have, I think it's a bit because of the humidity where I live. It can sometimes stick together and try to pull 2 sheets through at a time, and that gets really frustrating, so I usually just put 1 sheet of paper in at a time. And again, I'm going to speed things up because printing takes a little while. Now that we have our printed stickers, I just want to take a quick look at them before I laminate them or do anything else with them. Honestly, I think the print quality of these came out really great. I'm really happy with it. The artist did a great job with their colors, and I think that the printer also did a good job in capturing it, so I'm really happy with these. Now I'm going to apply laminate to them. So as I mentioned, I use laminating sheets. I will cut them so that only one side is being used, which means I get 2 pages per laminating sheet. Since I printed out 3 of these stickers, I'm going to use 2 sides of a laminating sheet. And then for the last set, I'm going to get a little crazy here and use a holographic laminating sheet because I want some of them to have a little holographic shine to them. This one does take a little more effort because I have to, it's already sticky backed, so I have to carefully peel it off and then carefully apply it to the paper without getting too many bubbles. That is a challenge in and of itself, and if you look close, you'll notice that I did not fully succeed, and one of the stickers unfortunately didn't turn out great because it had a big bubble on it. But again, I'm going to speed up going through this, so you'll see the laminates being applied. And then we're going to get those sheets into the laminator. I can use the hot laminating press to make the regular laminating paper stick to the sticker paper, and then I use cold press just to ensure that the one that's already sticky backed will hopefully get rid of some of those bubbles by going through the rollers, and making it stick a little bit better. You don't need to do that step. I just find I already have the laminator on, I'm already using it, and it's pretty quick to get it through there. So all of these are going to go through the laminator, and then we're going to get ready to start cutting them. I won't spend too long on cutting stickers because honestly the machine does the majority of it. I am using a new sheet just because my old one has lost its stickiness, and again they're cheap enough that I can replace them easily. I put the sheet on with a squeegee, and then I put the translucent tape on the corners to make sure that the guidelines are read properly. I then have to go to the machine. I use heavy cardstock as my setting for the machine, and then I put it in. It reads those guidelines, and when it's ready, I just tell it to go, and it starts cutting. This usually takes, 2 or 3 minutes to cut a sheet, so, it's not the quickest, but it's also not that slow, and it really depends on how many stickers you have and how complex the cuts are. Like, honestly, round stickers, I can do that in 30 seconds for a whole sheet. And when I'm done, it just spits them out and lets me know it's ready for me to take the mat out of the Cricut machine. We have reached the final step, which is peeling the stickers off of the sheet. Honestly, this is so satisfying. I mean, you just grab the edge if you can get it, and it's just so nice seeing the paper pull away, leaving the stickers behind. Now, there are little spatula-like tools you can use. I usually forget to pull mine out, so I just do it by hand. Sometimes I bend the sheet a bit so that the stickers pop out a bit more, and I'm just really happy with how these stickers turned out. Like, I can't say it enough. I realize I didn't do the art for these, but I just know my friend's gonna love them. As we come to the end of this video, and I do a little pan through of the 30 or so stickers that I made today, I want to thank you all for spending the time with me. If you have any questions about how I make stickers or any other crafting, please leave a comment, like and subscribe, and thank you so much for being here with me.